What's up everybody, it's Sean here and I'm back today to give you a review of the Maniére Air Jordan 3 Retro in this For the Love colorway. This is the latest collaboration between Jordan Brand and Maniére, and it continues their long history of collaborations together, with this one being their latest Air Jordan 3 project to drop. So this collection is called For the Love, and it celebrates the power of unity, joy, and shared passion against all odds. And it's headlined by these Air Jordan 3s, which represent the third Air Jordan 3 Maniére to release, following the extremely hyped Raised by Women collaboration in 2021, and then there was the While You Were Sleeping colorway, and now this one. So these released on the Maniére website back in March, but then there's supposed to be a wider Nike sneakers release, which is upcoming on April 15th. So these retail for $225 US or $290 here in Canada. And the official colorway for this shoe is diffuse blue, anthracite, and white. So just like their first Raised by Women Air Jordan 3 collaboration, the box for this shoe is exactly the same. So we have this outer sleeve, which has the Maniére A logo all over. And then here's a look at the actual box itself. So we have the Jumpman logo on the very top, and this gray colored finish on the bottom. So taking a closer look at the shoe itself, the majority of the upper of the shoe is crafted out of a heavily tumbled, white colored genuine leather. So you can see it's very textured here, and then overlaid on top of this, surrounding the front half of the sneaker, we have another layer of the same tumbled white leather. On the front toe cap, instead of your typical elephant print, for this shoe we have a very dark blue, almost black colored suede, and this is a long-haired or shaggy genuine suede. For the bottom two eyelets, we have this circular blue colored TPU. Next to this, we have more of that dark blue colored suede, and the middle three eyelets are done in this white colored TPU finish. And then the very top two eyelets, this is covered in another layer of TPU in this diffused blue color. Underneath this, we have more of that very tumbled leather, and then surrounding the top portion of the ankle collar area, we have another layer of suede, and this covers the bottom of the shoe as well, instead of elephant print. And then on the heel, we have your signature heel tab. This is done in this cream color, and we have Nike Air branding done in diffused blue. As far as the laces go, this pair comes with two different lace options. The standard lace that they come with is a flat white colored lace, but they also come with a slightly off-white colored lace as well if you want to give the shoe a little bit more color. Underneath this, the tongue is crafted out of that same heavily tumbled leather. The bottom half of the tongue is perforated, and then on the top of the tongues, we have this embroidered Jumpman on the right foot, which I noticed was a very thick, very chunky looking Jumpman. And then on the left foot, we have the Maniére A logo. Hanging off the shoe, they also come with this diffused blue colored Nike Air hang tag as well. And then taking a look at the inner collar of the shoe, this is covered in this quilted liner, which gives the shoe a little bit more of a premium feel. For the insoles, these come with a very well padded foam insole, which is also covered in a synthetic leather which is quilted on top. And then on the heel, we have this woven tag with Maniére and Jordan Brand co-branding. So the upper of these Jordan 3s sits atop a polyurethane foam midsole, which is given this vintage looking cream colored finish. The upper of the heel is painted in this matte colored diffused blue, so it has absolutely no shine to it whatsoever. And then encased within the midsole, we have Nike Air technology underneath the forefoot, which is not visible, but it is visible underneath the heel. And then for the bottom of the shoe, the outsole here is crafted out of rubber in a very dark blue, almost black color, along with a lighter shade of blue on the forefoot. And then on the center of the heel, we have Nike branding in blue. So that breaks down the look and the construction of these 3s. And for those wondering about sizing, this was the interesting thing, and I guess you can say frustrating thing. So I feel like all three Maniére Air Jordan 3s fit a little bit different. The Raised by Women collaboration, the first one, I felt like that shoe ran a little bit roomy, so I personally went a half size down for those. For the While You Were Sleeping, I felt like those ran true to size, and for these, so I got these in my true size, which is my normal Air Jordan 3 size, and I felt like they ran snug. So around the toe box area, I could feel a lot of pressure around the pinky toe. I suspect it's because the insole is a little bit more padded than normal. So when I swapped out the insoles, they didn't give me as much of that pain, but when I stick with the stock insoles and wear my normal socks, they felt borderline uncomfortable. So I feel like if you have a narrow or normal width foot, you can go true to size in these, but if you have a slightly wide foot or a very wide foot, I'd probably recommend going up half a size unless something crazy went on in the factory and my pair specifically was just flawed. So let me know in the comment section down below. Let's help each other out. How was the sizing on your pair? Did you feel like they were a little bit more snug than a normal Jordan 3? Sound off down below. Moving on to the comfort, so these feel decently comfortable underfoot. I'm personally a fan of how Jordan 3s feel for me. There's something about them that fit well for my feet. So aside from the snugness in the toe box, the underfoot feeling had some level of plushness underfoot, especially with that extra padded insole. So if you're someone that normally likes how Jordan 3s feel, then you'll like these. But if you find Jordan 3s normally are uncomfortable, then you'll probably feel that these are just as uncomfortable. But again, the biggest hurdle that I had to get over was the sizing and the pressure around the toe box area. Finally, in terms of the quality and craftsmanship, so first off, the material quality, I was really happy with this. Everything from the genuine leathers to the suedes, nothing about the shoe felt synthetic, which is a great thing to see. And I thought for the most part, the build of the shoe was pretty solid. There were some minor glue stains around the suede, but nothing overly major. And I thought the stitch job was good, the paint job was solid as well. So to me, this had that elevated premium feel which collaborations should have. And I thought the factory did a solid job on this pair. So with all of that out of the way now, let's toss these on feet, I'll lace them up, and I'll show you guys how these look. All in all, this is a beautiful colorway of the Jordan 3. Being a huge fan of the model, I think this is a simple enough colorway that you can wear it a lot, but there's enough unique touches that make it feel special and make it unique to Maniére. Obviously, the biggest issue I have with the shoe is the fit. They just feel a little uncomfortable for me because of how snug they fit in the toe. But like I mentioned, when I swapped out the insole and maybe if I wear thinner socks, I don't feel that same level of pressure anymore. So if I had to rank the 3 Air Jordan 3s that they've collaborated with each other, I'm still gonna put the Raised by Women as number 1. This one though comes in close at number 2, and then the While You Were Sleeping, that one ends up at number 3. So leave your thoughts down below, let me know what do you guys think about this pair. For anyone watching, did you also pick these up as well? Are you waiting for the sneakers release, which is coming up soon? Or is this just gonna be a pass for you? Let me know your thoughts, and as usual, if you guys enjoyed this review, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. You can check me out on social media as well. I'll link all that down below, and it's also on my screen right here. And as always, I appreciate your continued love and support, and I'll catch everybody in my next video.